Hey friends, Ben Krupla here with Ben's Bible Reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the NKJV Schuyler Stridon in full yap dark purple goatskin. Now my two favorite Bibles by far are the Humble Lamb Shepherd and the Schuyler Stridon. And I already did a video on 7 reasons why I think you should buy the Humble Lamb Shepherd. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 reasons why I think the Schuyler Stridon is a must buy. Okay, let's take a look overhead at the Schuyler Stridon. So all of Schuyler's boxes come in these really nice black clamshell boxes, and I found that they're the most practical boxes to carry around. And it's not just because they're so durable, but they also open easily on one side, so it's really easy to slide your Bible in and out. And coming from someone who transports their Bibles in boxes like me, this is a really big deal. You also might notice on the box that Schuyler has updated their logo a little bit. Here on another box, you can see their former Jerusalem cross logo versus their newer logo here. This cross is a little bit bigger and it's surrounded by words that sort of make a circle and tell you where these Bibles are made. First, it says the Netherlands, which represents Royal Youngblood, who makes these Bibles and is world-renowned as the best in the business. It then says Denmark on here because the typesetting for these Bibles is by 2K Denmark, also the best in the business. And then it says Germany down here. Now, this is really interesting to me. It's referring to where their leathers come from. Evangelical Bible has actually told me that their leathers don't come from Germany. That's just where their leather supplier is based. So their leathers actually come from Italy and India. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, without further ado, let's take a look at this Bible. And I just want to say before we open up this Bible that this is not my Bible. It actually belongs to a friend of mine, and I just want to say thank you to her for allowing me to review it. And she wanted you guys to see exactly what this Bible looks like coming out of the box. So she actually put the Yap trainers back on the Bible. So if you were to purchase this Bible, this is exactly what it's going to look like when you open it up. And I can't wait to show you this dark purple goatskin cover. Look how much that purple pops, even with those Yap trainers on there. It looks so good, you guys. That looks awesome. Now, this is a full Yap Bible, and all of Schuyler's full Yap Bibles come with these paper Yap trainers on them. And what they're doing is they're training this extended part of the leather, the Yap, to close over the pages. Now usually goatskin and marbled calfskins train pretty easily. Here's my desert camel marbled calfskin, and you can see how nice the Yap just naturally folds over after the training. But the aniline calfskins are a little bit thicker and harder to train. Here's my Tuscany PSQ aniline calfskin, and the Yap kind of sticks out a little bit more so over the pages instead of folding over the pages. So I'm still training this Bible. It's just a little bit of a thicker leather. Now, Schuyler's most popular Bible is the Quintel, which is their 2-column reference Bible, which is the Desert Camel Calfskin Bible that I have here. They also offer the Quintel in the personal size Quintel, or the PSQ, which is the Tuscany calfskin that I have here, and I've actually already done a review on this and posted it on the channel. Schuyler also has 2 different single column reference Bibles, the Traveris, which they have in the KJV and the ESV, and it's more of a paragraph layout designed to read like a novel. This is my black pearl Traveris, and I'm going to do a review on this Bible at a later time. And then Schuyler also has the Stridon, which we're going to review today. It's a single column, verse by verse layout, and Schuyler now has the Stridon in 3 different translations, the ESV, the NASB, and the NKJV. Now let's take these Yap trainers off. They just slide nice and easy off the bottom and off the side of the Bible, just like that. Look at that purple, you guys. Look how good that goatskin looks. That is amazing. Here, I'll show you a little bit more of a close-up. Now, I need to make a comment about the size of this Bible. Single column Bibles are always going to be a little bit thicker than dual column Bibles. But what's amazing about this Bible is it's only 1.3 inches thick. I'll share more about how Schuyler is able to do that later. This Stridon is 9.3 inches tall by 6.3 inches wide by 1.3 inches thick. Honestly, it's a very normal sized Bible. It's not that big at all, and it's very easy to carry around. Now, like I said, this Bible is made by Youngblood in the Netherlands. So with this Bible, you're going to get all of the best premium Bible bells and whistles, from the leather to the paper to the typesetting. Schuyler makes the best quality Bibles out there. And starting with the outer cover, like I said, this is a goatskin leather cover in purple that Schuyler calls dark purple. They refer to it as more of a deep plum color, and it just looks so good, you guys. The color just pops. It's a beautiful, beautiful leather. Now, Schuyler is probably most known for all of their different calfskin covers, which I'm excited to show you more of in future reviews. But they also have some great goatskin options like this Bible. Schuyler has a few different goatskin colorway options to choose from across their different translations, from this dark purple to the dark green to the imperial blue, which is like a deeper dark blue. And I actually have a journal of the imperial blue for you to look at here so you can see that color. It looks really good. They have the fire brick red, the classic black goatskin, a lot of different options. Now, in general, across the industry, goatskin is different from calfskin in that there's more grain or pebbling texture to it. A calfskin Bible is very smooth, like my Tuscany calfskin that I have here, while a goatskin Bible is more grippy, and the grain or the pebble size on a goatskin Bible can vary from smaller to larger. Now, Schuyler gets all of their goatskin leather from India, and they refer to it as more of a tight, pebbled grain. Let me show you a really close-up view here so you can see all the different pebbles and grains on there. I wanted to compare the pebble size on this Bible to some other publishers' goatskin covers. And this is a very popular Bible. This is the Thomas Nelson Verse by Verse Reference Bible in brown goatskin. It's a beautiful cover. It's more of a finer grained pebble. And you can see here, if I compare the size of the Schuyler to the Thomas Nelson, that the Schuyler pebbles are a little bit bigger than that of the Thomas Nelson. Here's one of my absolute favorite Bibles, the NKJV Shepherd from Humble Lamb in black and wool goatskin. This is one of their newer goatskin covers. It's full grain goatskin, and you can see how large the pebbles are on this Bible. It's actually my favorite goatskin cover out there. And I say all this, the pebble size actually means a lot to me personally. I feel it's very important when it comes to goatskin. And I think the Schuyler goatskin is extremely nice. They say it's more of a tight pebble size. I would refer to this more as a medium-sized grain or a medium-size pebbling. Just a really, really nice cover. Now, this is a full yap Bible, which means that the leather cover extends over the pages and protects them. I'm a huge fan of full yap Bibles. I don't think I'm ever going to buy anything but full yap Bibles moving forward. And with Schuyler's full yap Bibles, you get this gorgeous tooled line that goes all the way around the perimeter. And you can see how big the Bible actually is on the inside by the perimeter of the tooled line. So that matches up with the pages. Then you also get this really nice perimeter stitch on the outside of the yap, and you get the trademark Jerusalem cross logo on the front here and on the spine of the Bible, also down here at the bottom. And you also get 6 nicely raised spine hubs on the spine, a premium Bible feature. Okay, so as we look inside of the cover here, this is really interesting. The outside cover is goatskin, but the inside internal leather color is actually calfskin. And it's this beautiful maroon red color that Schuyler calls wine calfskin. Let me show you a close-up here. I actually have the exact same wine internal calfskin on my Desert Camel Bible. You can see it right here. It just looks really good. I'm a big fan. On the inside, you also get this really nice gold gilt line that goes all the way around the perimeter of the inside of the Bible. Now, all of Schuyler's Bibles are edge-lined and smythe-sewn. And what that means, let me break it down. The Bible, you can tell a Bible is edge-lined because the pages or the block of the Bible are embedded or bound to the internal calfskin cover instead of just being glued to the inside. And it's kind of hard to tell on the video, but on this first sheet of cardstock, there's a small section down here at the bottom that's about an inch thick, and that is actually the extension of this calfskin leather liner that the Bible block is attached to. So essentially what all this means is the Bible is so durable, it's going to last you for the rest of your life. It's not going to fall apart. Now this Bible is also smythe sewn. So instead of the pages being glued together, they're sewn in small clusters of pages directly into the spine. And what this does is it creates a ton of flexibility. This Bible will lay flat just about right out of the box from Genesis to Revelation. I mean, look at that. I'm at the beginning of Genesis and look how flat that Bible lays. Now, when we look at the ends of the pages, this is a red under gold art gilding. So when you look at it dead on, it's gold, but from the side, it's red. Schuyler also does this in blue, in brown, in maroon, but red is their most popular and traditional color, and it looks really, really good with this purple goatskin outer cover. Just a really nice color combination. The Bible also comes with these 3 head and tail band ribbons in purple, or what Schuyler calls the plum color, and those look really good matching the outer cover. So all of that to say, the leather, the raised spine hubs, the edge line, the smythe sewn features, the typesetting, the paper, the art gilding, these are all of the things that make this a premium Bible, and Schuyler is at the very top of premium Bible quality. Okay, now let's open up this Bible to get a good feel for the inside layout. The typesetting is by 2K Denmark, and this is a 10-point Milo font text block. In my opinion, the nicest font out there. And with the 10-point font size, it's just so easy to read. And you're going to see these really nice red accents all over all the pages, from on the top, the book and the verse numbers, to the chapter headings, to the chapter numbers themselves. Everything is accented in red. It just looks really good. Now this is a full-on reference Bible, which comes fully equipped with over 70,000 cross-references, which you're going to find here at the bottom of the pages. And to the right at the bottom, you're going to find corresponding textual footnotes. Now, Tim Wildsmith also pointed out that this might be his favorite NKJV Bible, because with the textual footnotes, the Stridon will also indicate any time the NKJV differs from the modern translations of the Bible, like the NASB, the ESV, etc., because of the source text that the translations are based off of. So for example, the NKJV New Testament is sourced from the Textus Receptus, while the modern translations are from the critical text. And when one source text omits a word or verse or differs from the other, the Stridon will say things in the footnotes like NU omits, which you can see here in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. This is a really amazing feature, and Tim explains it so much better than I do, so I recommend that you go check out his YouTube video to learn more about that. He also has a book that walks through the differences in Bible translations, and I recommend that you check that out as well. Now, I mentioned that there's 3 things about the Stridon that I think make it a must-buy. The first is the fact that it's a single column, verse by verse layout, which means that every single verse has its own line break with its correlated verse numbers. This is really cool. Some people prefer single column paragraph formats, but as someone who teaches the Bible often, I love to be able to look at the Bible verse by verse by verse. And Schuyler did this really cool thing where they bolded the verse number anytime a new paragraph is started so that you can follow the flow of the Bible. A really nice touch. Now, coupled with the layout, the second reason that I think you need to buy this Bible is the margin space. Schuyler hit a home run with this. Growing up, I had a wide margin Bible, which was great for taking notes and for reading because of the extra white space, but that was with a 2-column layout. Schuyler with the Stridon has made a sort of pseudo wide margin Bible with a single column layout. The margins are 1 inches on the outside, and then because the layout is verse by verse, there's lots of room to take notes in between the verses themselves because of all the line breaks. They also did a really good job of pulling the text out of the gutter, which I think looks really good. Now check this out. When we get to the poetic sections, the text is indented, so there's even more white space for taking notes. Honestly, just from a reading perspective, this is really inviting to read because of all the extra space. I think this just makes you want to pick up this Bible and read it. Just a really nice feature. This is also super cool. Any time in the Bible where there's poetry listed or quotes, the text is indented. And I just think that's so important because understanding poetry is key to understanding the Bible as a whole. And by the way, the chapters, they don't start on their own verse or on their own page, sorry. Like here with Jeremiah chapter 10, the chapter just starts where the previous chapter leads off. So everything just kind of runs together, which I think is super cool. Here's a really cool example where you see the standard verse by verse layout versus the indented layout from the poetry section. So just looks really great. There's so much white space all over this Bible from beginning to end, not just in the poetic sections. It's all over the place. It's all over the prophetic sections because of all the poetry that's involved as well. So this is very much so a pseudo wide margin Bible. Just a really nice backdrop for reading and for taking notes. And that brings me to the third reason why I think you should buy this Bible: transportability. I mentioned earlier that this Bible is very easy to carry around, and that's crazy considering it's a single column, verse by verse, full-on reference Bible with a 10-point font, with 1-inch margins, with all of this white space throughout the entirety of the Bible. Well, a big reason that I think this Bible is not that thick is the paper is just so thin. This paper is unbelievable. It's 28 GSM high quality Indopic paper from France. If you've never felt it before, it's incredibly smooth. It makes a noise every single time you open the Bible. It just feels extremely high quality. Now, 28 GSM paper is very thin paper, but yet you can see here that the ghosting is still minimal. And some of that is because the text is line matched, but it's also because this paper, while quite thin, it's also highly opaque. It's just a very high quality paper. Now there's a few more things I wanted to mention about the Stridon. Let me flip to the New Testament. In the ESV and in the NASB, the words of Christ are in black, but in the NKJV you can see the words of Christ are in red. Personally, I think Humble Lamb's blue lettering strategy for the words of Christ is second to none, but I'm happy with this red. Some people prefer black lettering throughout, but I personally prefer the red or the blue text for the words of Christ when I'm reading, and that's just a preference thing. Okay, now when I get to the back of the Bible, there's a concordance that has a very small font. I can read it, but barely. So just a heads up, it's not something I care about much. Might be something that you might particularly care about. There's also some note pages on here for you to take notes, which, to be honest, again, the concordance and the note pages, not that important to me. But then we get to the maps, and Schuyler, in my opinion, has the best maps out there. Not only are they just gorgeous maps, for one, but they also have some really useful information with the maps that they chose to help us understand the land in and surrounding Israel and just throughout history. So, okay, let me turn this sideways. First, there's a really nice map of the patriarch's journey, then a nice map on how the 12 tribes of Israel were divvied up, the Exodus. Here is a really nice chart showing the different kings of Judah and Israel. Let me flip this back here. This is super helpful. It also shows which prophets on the side prophesied during each king's reign. Honestly, this is my favorite map / chart that they provide. Here, I'm not going to flip it sideways again, but you can see some other really cool charts if you're a history buff, which I think is super important towards understanding the whole Bible. Here are the empires of the big ancient superpowers, the Assyrian and Babylonian empires and the Persian empires. This is a really cool map showing the ministry of Jesus and tying it all together, his ministry geographically. There's a really cool map on here of Jerusalem that shows the events surrounding Jesus's crucifixion and then his resurrection. That's super cool. So where he was at during all of those events. Here are my favorite maps on Paul's missionary journeys. Just a really, really nice map. This one kind of throws everything together. Looks really good. There's a map of the Roman Empire and the early church. These maps are top notch. I usually don't focus much on the maps, but Schuyler just does such a good job that I wanted to spend a little bit more time. Well, that's it for this review of the NKJV Schuyler Stridon in this gorgeous dark purple goatskin. If you enjoyed this review, please give the video a like and follow the channel. I've got many more Bible reviews in process, so stay tuned. If you noticed all the other Bibles that I was showing you and featuring to you, I haven't done reviews on them yet. They're all in process, so those will be coming in the coming weeks, and I'll be seeing all of you very soon, and I'll catch you next time.